Have we got a stream? No. Okay. Ooh, that looks like it's smoother. Yeah, so the story behind the dual core is it's that anniversary edition that they did, that Intel did a little while ago. I bought one just because I'm a bit of a nerd like that and needed a computer for doing this. Unfortunately, it was the only one available. Strangely, I've got this tablet sitting here as well that I'm monitoring the stream on, and that is a dual core with hyperthreading, whereas the one that I'm streaming on is only dual core. Now, obviously, it's a desktop processor and goes up to 4 GHz, so it's quite fast on those cores compared to the tablet, but otherwise, not very good. But it looks like everything is going a lot better. It's just cut out again. I spoke too soon. Okay, welcome everyone to another live stream. All right, I think we've welcomed enough. Do not touch it. Well, I set this up. Literally, I tried everything yesterday afternoon, yesterday evening, just to make sure everything worked, that the cameras worked and the setup is all working. It didn't work, so I reset the whole lot, set everything up again, and just left it. Came back today to just start. Nothing worked again, so I had to set up everything from scratch in like 15 minutes. So apologies for the slight rushedness, but here we are, nonetheless. So yes. The Ender 3. Oh, got that right spot on. So, I've not really looked at much about the Ender 3. I keep seeing it pop up all over the place. But I've not watched any videos or reviews, so I don't know much about it. I've opened the box, and that was merely to take the thumbnail. I've not looked through anything inside, other than obviously seeing the Ender 3 bed sitting on top. So today we're just going to be building it. I don't know how much there is to build. It might take 4 hours, it might take half an hour. I have literally no idea. So let's just get started and see how we get on. Just so you know, this was supplied to me by Banggood. So I didn't purchase it, they sent it to me for review. Obviously this is not the review, this is just me building it. I've got to build it anyway, so I thought I'd build it on a live stream. Blimey, there's a lot of stuff in here. I'm not going to bother showing you directly in the box. I'll take bits out and we can go through them. So, starting with some instructions, nothing particularly fancy. That looks like coloured though. That's pretty good, if that is the instructions or not just a parts list. Instructions for assembly. So that's a pretty good start. A little sharp spatula thing. I can't actually monitor chat very easily, but we'll see how we go. Chat thing. This is just a bunch of screws and tools. Ooh. There might actually be a better complement of tools than there is with the Prusa i3 Mark III. No, I mean they're pretty naff tools, but they are tools. And it does have an actual socket sort of spanner for doing nuts rather than pliers, which they have on the Mark III, so that's quite nice. Ooh, an actual... I mean, I'm sure they're probably not going to last very long, but for cutting zip ties, that's pretty reasonable. That looks like belts and screws. That's don't need to deal with that too much right this second. Comes with a little adapter. I'm not sure how much I trust it. It was taped to the outside of the box, but might be useful. Oops. I've got a power cable here in case I need it. A European, I think that's European power cable. Not going to need that part. Don't know what it does. Stuff, don't know what it does. Right, I don't know how this is supposed to come out. Ooh. That appears to be some T-slot profile. Bits of filament and some smaller parts. Looks like an end stop and some couplers. A big stick, maybe that's like an acupuncture needle that they supply for cleaning the nozzle. That looks like a USB stick. Not sure how much I trust that. I mean, they're a pretty popular company, so anything that was strange I'm sure would be detected, but I think I might just find the files online or something. Y-axis belt idler, non-staggered wheels on the carriage. Let's have a look. We shall find out. I've got a... it's not that easy. You almost need instructions on how to take it out the box. So that's the lead screw. That's quite cleverly placed inside the T-slot to stop it coming away. This looks like the LCD assembly. This is all going to end up having to go back in the box, so I have enough space to build it. Stepper motor with a coupler attached. It's nice that there's like parts already, by the looks of it, and then the size of this thing that I'm trying to get out. There's not going to be a whole lot of building. It looks like it's mostly assembled, but we'll see. Oh, okay. Oh, blimey. So that's all together, right. So, not sure what you wanted to see here in terms of the offset of the belt or something. Let's make sure we're not crushing anything too bad. I've got a close up here. There we go. So if we get you in there, you can have a look at that. Can you see what you wanted to see? In the meantime, I'm going to get some other stuff out the box. Decent sized power supply. It's got a fan, so it's probably going to be quite noisy, which I'm not a fan of, but hopefully that's not too bad. And this looks like the extruder hot end assembly. So let's get the box out of the way. Hello 3D Gusner. Nice to have you all here. Were the wheels staggered? How could you stagger the wheels? Because they go straight through the profile. Ooh, looks like a bit of a dodgy assembly job going on there. So, let's see if I can show you this. Trying not to break too much of it in the process. If you look down in here, there, you can see it's like a mark from where it's the screw. It looks like the screw's been pushed into it and then it's been taken out and moved along a bit. Bit of a, I don't know. I mean, it's not like refined, but it's rather rigid, isn't it? Right, let's take your... So this is what the extruder assembly looks like. I don't know if you're expecting it to look like that. To be honest, a lot of you will have probably seen parts of this already if you looked elsewhere. Don't know if this is any different to other ones. But that's that. I mean, that's... Ah! So it's a Bowden, isn't it? Bowden setup, so that's why. Yeah, because this is the Z carriage, because it's got this nut, and then this is right on top of that, so Bowden coupling out of there. Nice. It's quite good to see power supplies with the XT60 connector on. Not sure about the thickness of those cables. It's 24 voltage, so 24 voltage, 24 volts. We'll have to see. Hopefully they won't get warm, but again, it's nice to have it at least partly pre-assembled. I think that's definitely a good thing to be said for it, if nothing else. Well, not that there won't be anything else, I just haven't got any further yet. Assembly, the bits. Right, let's get the instructions so we know what we're doing. Sorry, I'm not really keeping up with the chat. It's really difficult, and it's small and far away. Don't need that. I know that's the guarantee. But contact us. Thank you for your order. Ender 3 is our latest 3D printer. Maybe this item still need to be improved for much better. Your advice is very important for us. Highly appreciated of your kind suggestion and support. Any question? Feel freely to contact us. We will do our best to help you. Happy printing. Thank you. Lovely jubbly. And I mean, this is probably the best looking instructions I've seen in a while. I don't know how they'll fare when I'm actually building it, but the fact that they're in colour is quite a nice start. Not that that makes a whole lot of difference as long as they're clear. Let's see if we can address some of these questions. So, I mean, that's definitely not right. Oh, there we go. That goes down over there. Bed looks bent. No, don't think it is. It might just be strange camera angle. It seems to move quite smoothly. There's definitely some rough sections. I don't know if that's on the wheels or there's like a dum 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 dum. Don't know where if it's catching somewhere. But I mean, it's not tight, it's not loose, it's not wobbly. Looks pretty good at the moment. Yeah, there's no wiggle. I mean, the monitor on the desk is shaking more than that. To be honest, this actually feels, in terms of sideways stability, this is more stable than the Mark III. Because the LMAU bearings on the Mark III are a little bit sloppy. This looks all quite nice. Simple but effective. Let's bring you in closer again, shall I? Everything's a mess and I've not even done anything yet. Right, let's try and sort myself out. I'm assuming I'm going to need this for actually building. See, this is like too close, but the other one's too far. It's like a lose-lose situation. Still waiting for the price. Oh, still waiting for the price of the CRX. I thought you'd asked me. Okie dokie. So, step 1. 25 by 45. 4 washers, the bed, and the left and right vertical parts. Nothing there. I'm going to build everything with the tools that come with it, not because they're the best tools, but because that's how you get a feel for how everyone else may have to deal with it, especially those that are new. Wow, they packaged these. They've actually labelled all the things. Well, that's quite impressive. I didn't notice that before. So all the little packets have on them, is it going to focus in the right place? It's labelled what they are, so if you're less familiar with these sorts of things, then that's probably pretty helpful for you. Okay, this is immediately quite challenging. First step, screw up from the bottom. $3 Gusner. I got mine from a Banggood rep, so this is a review unit, so I didn't pay for it. So, but I mean, it didn't take very long to arrive, so I bet it was. I mean, the faster shipping from China is 7 to 15 days, and it was here within that time. So how do you know which way round to put these? Ah, that's the right one. Shorter. Is it shorter? No. Okay. Shorter, shorter. What does it mean by shorter? Is it this bit that's shorter? Yeah, so if we maybe bring you over here. So I'm checking this image. So that's definitely the right hand side. That's definitely this. So that's definitely there. And that's definitely there. Okay. Right. So let's get these. Spring washers. Not bad. Not a terrible choice. You can't really see anything. Let's go back wide again. So you need loads of hands to be able to do this. I'm going to try and balance it off the edge of the desk. So that's down the bottom. That's definitely that side, so that's definitely there. Ooh, it all gets scratched. It's got this really nice black finish, but as soon as the edges touch each other, it just all scratches it off. Right, these are quite tight. They should probably increase the size of these clearance holes, but let's not worry about that too much. Hello, print it. Welcome to the stream. Which size? I think it's this size for. Nope, wrong again. Right, so let's dig under the desk with this. I mean, I guess this is like just the right size. It's not too big, not too small. Sort of just right. And Derek Matthews, hello. Well, it's been a long time since I've seen all you guys. How long is it since I did my last stream? Was that like January, February? It was with the Mark III, I'm pretty sure. Or was it the Mark II replica? It must have been Mark II replica, wasn't it? Ooh. And Dark Orbs. All the original crew. Where is Steve V2? Steve Mark II is on the way. I'm trying to do a lot with it all at the same time, so I'm trying to get people involved because I can't fund Steve Mark II particularly easily, so I'm trying to get some sponsorship for all those parts and things, which takes a fair bit of time. And as you'll probably have seen, I'm trying to do it a bit more properly this time. Not that last time wasn't like the proper way. It was a valid method. But I want to try and really calculate everything so that I know that every choice I make is the right choice. Or at least I have evidence to show why I made that choice. So, yeah, I mean, it's starting with stepper motors. The next one you'll see on it... Or have I uploaded it already? I don't think I uploaded it already. But I can't really remember. So we've started with stepper motor torque, and the next one is supply voltage. So the voltage you need on your power supply in order to deliver a certain maximum speed. So that'll be coming pretty soon. It's nearly ready to go. Also have to watch that the enclosure for the electronics doesn't have a tab that sticks over the extruder and holds upright cocked. It's a bit strange, there's nothing actually to necessarily hold these square at the moment. I might try and... At the moment I'm kind of relying on the hold positions to pull the alignment, but I don't think that's going to be the best way to do it per se. I've lost my tool. Not sure how much of a difference trying to make it square is going to make. I think the holes will just end up pulling it square anyway. Oh, the scientific wild guess. I had no idea what that meant. Okay, well that kind of makes sense. Yeah, I mean, anything that I do is not a completely... It's not a random guess. Let's call it an educated guess. Which was more what Steve Mark 1 was. Whereas Mark 2 is going to be a calculated estimate. And then I've obviously got the limitations of bits you can actually buy rather than ones that you need. I'm not going to end up trying to get custom stepper motors made or anything like that. That's just wholly impractical. So, I mean, we'll see how it goes. I'm trying to... Yeah, there's a lot to do, but it's moving forwards. But I don't think it'll be around to the end of the year, so don't get your hopes up too much. So that's step 1. Step 2, I mean, there was only... That's that. Step 2 is M5 by 8. These ones aren't black. That's disappointing. Not that it really matters. List 1, list 2. Okay, step 2. 2 of these. And the screen. This is quite neat, isn't it? It's strange how it's different. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is not the rep wrap discount LCD graphics display. It looks like it, especially on the front. It seems to have all the same screen and dial, but that looks different. Maybe it's just me. Let's get this in here. No, it's based on it. I see. Yeah, I mean, it does look... I mean, judging by the fact that I thought it was that before looking closer, it does suggest that it's based on it. Let's make sure this LCD screen is perfectly square. Makes all the difference. I'm joking, it doesn't. Right. M4 by 20s. I feel like now I've been given a estimate of 45 minutes, so I've got to try and beat that, but I think it's unlikely. I build things unbelievably slowly on stream. That is not the right looking screw. M5 by 25, M4 by 20. But those are cap heads and these are button heads. M4 by 20. What did I get out? M4 by 16. I'm a fool. There's 3 of them, 2 pieces needed. I've not looked at all at the CR10 either. I don't know why, but for some reason I've never been particularly interested in the CR10. It just seems like an overly sized, clumsy printer. I mean, this one's quite small and seems to have much more rigid structure than the CR10. The CR10 is like massive in comparison, but the structure is way more weak. Way more weak? That's not really well phrased, but I think you get what I mean. This one has, it's a little printer with a big frame, and the CR10 is like a big printer with a little frame. I'd much rather have a little printer with a big frame. This is weird. How is this going? Okay, it doesn't go all the way down. Ugh. There's one. Did I get two out? Probably lost a screw already. The main board is the same as the CR10. Oh, the main. I've not even. Oh, is the main board? Presumably the main board's all enclosed, so I'm not even gonna. I mean, in this build, I won't look at it, but I'll be checking it for the review. It's quite nice actually having a partly built printer. It sort of gives you the satisfaction of building it without having to take too long to do it. I mean, I do quite like the build process, so it's not to say, excuse me, that I wouldn't want to do it, but for people that don't necessarily want to take 6 hours but like to feel that they built it, it's quite satisfying to have that influence on your own project. Oh, did I check that? Is it set to the right? It's set to 230. That's good. Oh, it's got soft feet as well, hasn't it? That's quite nice. The little things. Step 3. That switch thing. Where's that? Not there, not there. Over here. Oh, found it. Oh dear. So it's like bags within bags within bags. This is like partly assembled. How strange is that? So it's like the T-slot nuts already on the screws. I bet there's someone literally sitting there all day putting slot nuts on screws. It's kind of disturbing in a way. There you go. So which way around are we? Over here. This switch facing this way, over that way. Just that, M4. Yes. I mean, presumably this is how you adjust your Z height. There's no auto bed leveling, is there? There wasn't a probe. I don't think I've seen a probe anywhere. Oh, the probe would be over here, wouldn't it? I mean, it looks like there's space for a probe. Probe, not probe. But there isn't one. Yeah, so, yeah, I agree with what you mean. Like, when you're a more experienced builder, you kind of want to just build for 4 hours straight, or 9 hours, it took me. But yeah, if you're an inexperienced builder and the building part's quite intimidating, just the sort of the basics and getting your head around how it goes together and what goes where and what's doing what, I think that's really nice. Step 3 is just that. Just that, stick it on there, jobs are good. And as you said, going to adjust it in a bit, so I've not really done it too tight. Lead screw, stepper motor, countersink, M4 nuts, screws. Countersink nuts. Can you get countersink? I think you can get countersink nuts. The wheel nuts have a sort of countersink on them. Anyway, that goes on here. So it is single lead screw then. That's not the favourite, but I'm sure it's fine. We'll just have to evaluate that as we come to it. Ooh. What am I... What's really wobbly? Is that just the printer? Holy Jesus. Can anyone else see that? Am I being stupid here? Or is it that? It's really... How did I not notice that before? It's really, really twisted. Right, I think I'm going to need to undo these at the side, because otherwise that's going to not end particularly well. Well, I guess I found the downside to having it built for you. Oh, bloody hell, it's tight as well. The wobble is a $185 effect. Yeah. I suppose for $185 to have someone partly assemble something by hand with all the components as well on top of that and any design time, it's quite remarkable how they get that cost. Right, there we go. I think that should be better now. It's strange how, though, I didn't notice that until after I put stuff on it. I didn't do that myself, did I? Surely I can't have done. I mean, they were tight. There's no way it would have twisted. I just didn't notice it wasn't flat. Right. Now we're talking. That is solid as a rock. Good stuff. Now, back to where we were. Countersunk bolts, lead screw, doobity-doo. I've lost the lead screw. It was here, wasn't it? It still is. I like how they've used heat shrink tubing over the lead screw. Nice touch. So, it's going over this side, right? Just drag everything around. This is going here. It's going here. That's going to be too big. Try again. Right, there we go. I suppose, I mean, in reality, it was quite easy to level that bed, so it's kind of, I mean, it's annoying that it wasn't flat, but it's not like I had to disassemble the entire printer and undo all the assembly work that they did. I don't know if it was planned that way or what, but either way, it was nice and simple to fix. Although, oh, that bed is really nice and smooth. That's not the best, is it? So let's just give you a close-up of what I'm doing there. So that motor has just gone right in the bottom here. It is a bit weird. The screw holes put it sitting slightly on top of this plate. I'm not sure how you're supposed to get that level. Because, I mean, if it's vertical, I'm sure that's going to help. Maybe just guess like that, approximately. About right. Meh. I'm not so sure about this. Seems a bit. Is that going to really strain relief? Maybe a little bit. That is. Can that? I'm a fool, aren't I? Nope, not that one. Let's just move this plate a little bit out of the way. I'm hoping they've given me a... Yes! Why is my ability to think severely affected when there's a camera on? Hopefully we can now sit this motor right down on the... oh, come on. Right down on the rail. No, not really. Yeah, I've noticed that bed connector strain relief as well. I've not looked at safety features. I'll probably... I mean, yeah, I do want the right safety features for obvious reasons. But I've not seen... I mean, obviously, it's community awareness that the safety features are not enabled, but I will get to that when I get to it. Maybe we won't do a print today if we know it's not particularly safe then. I don't exactly want it on fire. Okay. Is that all I need to do? No, it's not. Lead screw. Pokey that in the top. I'm just going to leave that on there for now. I know it's not supposed to stay on there, but it's staying on there for now. Just while I do this. Does the 3 have the out of alignment Z screw problem? I had to print this little stand off the Z motor on the 2. I do not know. I mean, I do know that that's not very straight though. That's probably the best way to set your Z motor, isn't it? Put the lead screw in first and use that extra length to improve your accuracy. Or even, it's probably even better once you put the carriage on. Right, let's just move this out the way a bit. Oh dear. Okie dokie. Okie dokie 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 dokie. Let's go in over there. We'll see how we get to on the Z-axis. Actually, I've not got it on yet, so I cannot particularly comment. So that's that step. Next step, step 5. B1. Are they labelled? Are they different? They are definitely different. They are different lengths. So, which is the right one? Not a bleeming clue. Oh no. Okay, it's got to be this one, because this is the only one with a little hole. So that goes that way around. Excellent. Something like that. Yes. Okay. And 4x16, so that's the ones that I got out earlier. Oh. My lack of recklessness and lack of beer. And I need to hurry up. Well, some people had a moan at me when I was rushing my Mark III, or they watched the live stream afterwards and people commented. I'm pretty sure I remember people commenting. Maybe that was just in a dream. But I rushed it, or I abused it. I didn't build it carefully enough, so it went wrong. Okie dokie, now I've got to work out how this goes on here. So is that angle? I think so. Does that go there? That goes there. Well, that's not easy, is it? Am I doing that right? Who knows? Suddenly this is feeling less right than I thought it was. Oh shit. It is from that side, yeah. Ah, come on! It's a long day at work and then trying to do this. Stressful. But enjoyable. In a stressful way, I guess. Right, that's that on there. Now, I've not been given any tips. We're here to support you and tell you that no matter what you do, there's always another correct way of doing it wrongly. Your support is always appreciated. Especially when it's in a sarcastic manner. Yes. I finally got it in. Right. Come on. Come on. I feel like this is slightly not the size. It seems to get stuck in the heads of the screws. Okay, I think that's probably... Although, can we get in here? Come on, get tighter. Yes. Screw it, that's fine. Next. Finish it and then need to take it completely apart. Yeah, that is definitely when the beer would arrive. Without a doubt. Okay, so that's that part. Two of those, and that. Lovely. Belt. Belt. Interesting what they've done here with the little brass things on the belt. It's really weird. I feel like there's some actual design effort gone into these printers. Like my first Chinese 3D printer was literally zero effort. Like clearly nobody gave much of a bother. But here is a whole different ball game. Right, this goes here. That goes this way, that way, that way. Wow, orientation here. Okay, let's look at the next picture. See, that looks like it's that way, but that looks like it's that way. So that's really not the best way for that to be done. So on here, that goes that way. Ah, like that. Oh, let's take this off. How's that going to work then? Ah, I see what you mean by the lead screw thing. What? Mine looks like it's nowhere even close. Right. Yeah, so I don't know if you can see that from that angle. No, you can't because the power supply's in the way. Let me just twist it around and show you what demonstrate what it is that I am seeing. For your own reference. So I imagine you can see it fairly quickly. Basically, let's line it up with the camera a bit more. Yeah, that's really freaking obvious. Oh, how has it just changed to randomly be laggy? I do not understand. Is it back? No, laggy. Are we back? No, it's cutting out terribly. Let me know when it catches up, if it catches up. Observe this in the meantime. I have no idea what is working now. Like OBS didn't really crash, it just didn't stream anymore. It stopped the stream by itself, although the button was still clicked, and then I unclicked it and I clicked it again and it just immediately went off and on like it wasn't really doing anything. Wow. And now I'm right behind the frame and you can't see me, so I don't know where we got to. But anyway, let me point out this. Someone mentioned earlier about the lead screw not lining up. I think that's what you can see here. So when that's on there, I think you can probably see how the gap down here is quite small. The gap up here is quite a bit bigger. If I had some verniers, I could measure it, but they are not to hand. I've got this really terrible ruler that I can sort of measure, So that says, well, including the end, it's at 14, although it's actually not 14 mil. And that also says 14, so that's weird. 14 and a half. It's not really precise enough to tell, but I'm sure that that's bending outwards. There shouldn't be any power saving settings because it's not a laptop, it's a desktop. So power options are on high performance. Did I have plugged the microphone back in, good. It's going to start crashing again already, isn't it? It's just done it. Well, it's difficult to move it up and down, isn't it? Because once you've got the lead screw on it, I mean, I don't know if you can see that, but I can see that that's definitely bending outwards. And it's really tough to turn. So I think that's one thing that I definitely will print. It just, all it needs is a spacer. Blurmin' out. That's also facing inwards. Is there adjustment on that? There is a little bit. We'll do that in a bit. So that goes on that way. So I need to put this on this way. That's pretty nice and smooth though. I don't know if I'm even watching the instructions anymore. I've just given up on those entirely. Oh, it does actually say to loosen the brass nuts. Wow. Well, I should obviously obey this manual rather than just trying to do it willy-nilly, because I'm not doing anyone any favours. Right. But it doesn't say when to put that on. There seems to be a part missing in the instructions. Unless... Oh, it's because I'm... The instructions go across the page rather than just straight down. This makes so much more sense now. Wow, I'm a fool. Okay. So, that does that. That goes on there. Then I need this with M4x16s. Turns out, following the instructions is like a really good way to assemble something. It's almost like they've been designed for this printer. Very deep insight there from me. I've been thinking about that all day. Let's get this on here. Where's the damn hole? Come on! There we go. I don't know why I didn't just turn it over. Loosen the screws in the brass nut. Yeah, it's like too much. Right. Okie dokie, now this makes a little bit more sense. Only a little bit though, because... What? Okay, so this belt goes on here by going in here. Which way round? That way round. Of course it rests right in the thing. So it must go right through there. Well, how are you supposed to get that through there then? Okay, so this might just be me having no ability to think at this time of day, but in order to get this through here, he's got to go under this wheel, right? Unless I could just take this off again, but because this doesn't go under here, it's me being, oh, that now doesn't come off now that I put that on. Is that supposed to? I think that brass clip thing is just a bit too big. Now I want to take this all back off again just so I can... I don't think I'm being stupid, am I? Please, someone tell me if I'm being stupid. Am I losing connection again? No? No? It's okay. Shall we tell him? I'm being an idiot, aren't I? I can feel it. It's alright. I'll just carry on in my stupid way and you can tell me what I'm doing wrong after the fact. There we go. It's on. Could have done. It felt like it was quite a long way. I don't know how much play there is on those eccentric... I mean, it's not play. Adjustment on the eccentric nuts. Okay, so maybe I wasn't being totally stupid. And that goes under there. No, I can't get my fingers in here to get this back out. Right. Okay, that's now on there. So now I can flip this back over here. Put that in there. Okay. Now that can go back on here. Seems to me like this would be a better way to do it. Having to undo those nuts just to do this seems silly. There is quite a big delay on chat, by the way, so if it looks like I'm ignoring it, it might be just because I'm quite way ahead. Oh. Okay, now I think I turn this over, ouvre, get that tighteny looseny bit, which I've now lost. Wow, well done me. Good achievement there. Can anybody see the bit that I've lost? Because I've lost it. Oh no, it's there. Got it. Right, so this again, 2 slot nuts. By the looks of it, that goes on there, that belt goes in there. Well, it should do anyway. Come on. Cool, that's going to be tight, but I think it'll work. Oh, not if I do that though. No, wrong one. Or was it? Yep. Try this one. Right. Let's see how that goes. The tiny looseny bit. Oh, that is really quite nice. I've not used these T-slot rail things before, and they are, I can say, much nicer than I expected. Right. That's not quite straight. Oh, balls, come on. Okie dokie. Yeah, on this one it's got the proper wheels, there's the proper shape slots, which is, I mean, it's, wow. Wow. What was this? How much was this? 150 quid or something. Damn. They seem pretty good value at the moment. Right. Do that, tighten that. So that's the instruction I've just done. I didn't even have it on the right camera. The bloody amateur over here. Okay. Excuse me. Do the thing, put the thing on the thing. So get this up here, over here. This cable does not seem very long. That goes on here, that goes on here. Oh, right. Got to get up here. There's the, is this right? Nope. I'm aware that you probably can't see very much right now. Apologies. Okay, it looks like my eccentric nuts are a little bit too eccentric. Let's just loosen this a bit. Everything gets like 10 times more difficult when you've got blooming lubricant from the lead screw on your fingers. Okay, so eccentric nuts. How does one adjust such a thing? It's there. Oh, that's not going to adjust much though, because that's the one on the inside, isn't it? I'm going to have to work out how to use these eccentric nuts thing properly. Because, well, that went quite easily down. Okie dokie. Let's assume that's now in the right place then. That's not very easy to adjust now that it's down there. It doesn't go back up very high. Okie dokie. It's got stuck. Give me strength. Right. Right, so power is coming out there, that's that, that's up there, that's on there. That is looking pretty swish, if I do say so myself. Don't tighten it too tight. Step 9. Step 10. Do the things. Okay, yes sir. with this thing on that thing. 2 plastic things and 4 M5x25s. M5x25. 1, 2, 3. With washers pre-installed. Now that's some pre-installation right there. I'm just going to stand up away from the screen again so you can't really see anything. You can see what I'm doing, you just can't see how. I'm afraid that was water, yes, I can only apologise. In fact, it was dihydrogen monoxide. Yeah, I mean, dihydrogen monoxide can cause diaphoresis. I can't spell it. Diaphoresis. I don't know how you pronounce it, but it's basically a fancy word for hydration. Apparently that's the last thing you want when you're trying to have fun. Jack, have you any idea when the TiVo Flash is due to be around? Was it? You did say TiVo Flash, right? Flesh? Flash. Pretty sure it's not going to be Flash. This is robust AF. Right. Plastic caps. I'm really not that bothered about putting plastic caps in them. I suppose it will stop me accidentally cutting myself on it. Probably shouldn't do that. Knock the square out of frame. That'll do. It's not enough. Right, that's those gone. That's that. Step 11. Oh, this is the spool holder. Suddenly it makes a bit more sense, a little bit. Camera's in the way of other camera. It's really dark, isn't it? I've got loads of lights, but because it's all black, you still can't really see anything. I suppose it's exposure adjusted for my face rather than for the dark coloured printer. Where's that big plastic tube? Did I lose it? I thought I put it over here. It's over here. Hello from the Netherlands. I mean, hello to the Netherlands. How many people did I used to have in my streams? I mean, not that I've done that many, but for the people that were there for the old streams, I can't remember if 29 was a lot. I think we got up to 45 or something at one point, didn't we? Seems like not many people have done streams for a while. This is a really interesting way to do this. I wonder what this is part of. Because this little tube and the nuts just feel like they're part of something else. It's like a kind of rep wrap thing. I found this thing that would work for what I need it for, even though it's not designed to do that. So now we've done that. We need some things to hold it together. 2 M5x8. not the countersunk ones, and 5 T-nuts. Get that in there. This is taking me a lot longer than 45 minutes, isn't it? Has anybody kept track of time? I mean, I've had problems with stream and starting late and all that malarkey, but I think it's still taking me a lot longer than that. I'm probably about an hour already, aren't I? It is actually really tiny, isn't it? I was about to show it to the screen. This is how out of practice I am with live streaming. Show it to the screen rather than to the camera. It is quite narrow. I mean, maybe it would be better on this side. You'd get that depth as well. Unless I've assembled it backwards. I haven't. I might just print one. Or just not mount it on the top of the frame. It makes it very tall. And my cabinet's not going to fit it. Started streaming over 1 hour ago. Oh yeah, it does. Well, that's weird considering I've restarted it several times. Right. Yeah. World's slowest Creality Ender 3 build. Don't need that. Don't need that. Probably don't need most of this stuff now. Right, that's step 11 done. Step 12. Oh golly, where are all these things? Okay, how are you supposed to... Okay, so that just goes over there. Extruder. Oof. Just weigh a ton, this thing. It's weird, it feels heavier now than it did in the box. Although, I'm sure you can appreciate that's probably unlikely to be true. I'm plugging it in upside down, no wonder it doesn't work. Okay, so that's Z, labelled Z. Oh yes, I must apologise. I'm an English person that says Z. I must say Z more often. Extruder motor. That one goes there. I'm on camera for like the first time. This one goes right down the bottom. Right down here. Come on. These fiddly little connectors. Excellent. Where does this one go? X. X. What? That says X. Oh, that goes in there. How am I supposed to get that in there? What? Oh, it was just push. Yeah. Not the easiest thing in the world. Got it. Okay, that's that done. EX power. Presumably you just connect one to t'other. I've got to get me some of those, they're quite nice. Z and X, that I've done. Z end stop. on the screen. On EXP3. That's that one down there. So where's the... Oh, have I... No. Oh! Rip camera. It's not going to help me saving it now. It's already too late. Yeah. It'd be nice if it had somewhere to go. Just sort of dangles there, but that's not too bad. That looks like it could do with a lot more tensioning than it's currently got. So I'm doing everything backwards now. Why does this one not really fit very well? This end's really buttery soft. Okay, that's a bit tighter now. That's looking pretty good. It looks like I need to connect this up to here, even though it doesn't say I need to. And that into there, maybe. I've probably just skipped the instructions, haven't I? No, 12 is the last one. You get to 12 and then you just make it up. Whew! So have I done it? Is that it? That was pretty good. Comes with a spare nozzle by the looks of it. Oh, this is a SD card reader. That is neat. Very adorable. Slightly cheap and plasticky, but adorable nonetheless. Can you just... No. I thought you could just disassemble it just by pushing. No. Okay. Anyway. So. Let the sparks fly. Yeah. Let's try turning it on. If the stream just instantly ends, then expect things have gone badly and pray for me. Okay, it's off at the moment, so we'll plug it in. Let's get the rescue that camera. I have a feeling as soon as I turn it on, this fan is going to start up and be extremely noisy. Right, fingers crossed for no black magic blue smoke. Close up. Oh, that's quite good angle. Let's get this off. Nice. I now can't see it from this side. That screen looks much nicer actually than the Rep one. What are we going to be like if we try homing? That one will. And that one will probably a little high risk. And that's the bed one, so I just can't stand the fan noise. That's the one thing that bugs me. I don't think I'm going to do a print today because I really don't trust this without any safety features. I mean, I've not checked what is actually enabled and what's disabled, but given that it was worth mentioning, I'm gonna maybe not do it. Prepare. This is really difficult to do. Auto home. Ooh, that's a slow homing. Where's that supposed to go? Presumably that would join to that. Well, there's a lot of torque there, that's for sure. You don't want to get your finger stuck in that. I don't know if you can hear that, but it's just started making this weird buzzing noise. Don't know if the fan on the electronics is supposed to spin, but it isn't. It's the fan on the front. That's loud, isn't it? Right. Well, the main board fan is wired with the part cooling fan. Wow, that's one way of doing it. Probably not the way I'd choose, but it's a way of doing it, I suppose. I think I'm going to call it a day there. Unless anybody wants to do anything specific, because I'm not going to print today. I'm going to leave it. I am exhausted. There'll be a review up probably within about a week, so hopefully I'll be able to find time to get that and make that a decent review. I'll make sure I've tested the things that we've mentioned here today. Nice to see you all. Thank you for joining me. Pleasure to see you as always. Don't forget to check out the other videos on the channel. Like this stream if you would. That would be great if you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Ta-ra!